Hey y'all, this is me. Made a lot of changes since I initially made my YouTube channel and a lot of things. Excuse me, I'm looking at the screen in front of me, the other one. Well, in 2011, I do plan on going to the Air Force, but I have stipulations and I have demands. I'm doing a series of videos to pretty much tell what my experience has been like. Um, I've been thinking about going into the Air Force since I was 16. I graduated high school 2 days before my 17th birthday. Um, I went to a historically black college for about a year and a half. Yeah, enough said if you've been there. And then, which was Albany State University. I'm still around somehow. And now I transferred to Florida Atlantic University. I was afterwards, and I did 1 year. Uh, Going back home, things change, after you go to college. And Florida was never really where it was at for me. That's why I left the state to begin with. Come back and pretty much it's same thing, different time. Even though, working, car, everything possible. But that it influenced my decision even more, but that just had nothing to do with it. One way or another I was gonna go. So after getting my associate's degree, you know, pretty much didn't want to go through the rest of school with the bachelor's. I decided I'm going to go. That being said, I went to the recruiter's office, and pretty much he looked surprised to see me because he never met me before, and told him I wanted to enlist. And the process being this: you go to the recruiter. They're going to ask you a series of questions about yourself. They're going to ask you about any possible debts, any health issues, any criminal record, any body modifications. You cannot be in debt. Like, I have loans. I have like $40,000 student loans, but they're in deferment. I have not defaulted on my loans. You cannot be in debt. You cannot have a serious medical issue, Um, what else did they ask me for? Criminal record. Military is a no-go for a criminal record. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like maybe the Marines or Army can, you get a waiver for something if you have it, but you can't have a felony. You cannot have a criminal record. Body modifications. You are allowed to have tattoos, but there's a limit. I'm not sure what the limit was, and on the size, and it can't have any type of gang affiliations, anything like that, and they cannot be visible. My tattoos are not visible. They're in hidden areas. Piercings too. Tongue piercing will come out. Any other piercing you got must come out by the time you're basic. That being said, he explained to me after I did that I need to take a little mini qualifying test, which they're going to put you at a computer at mine. I'm not sure if it's all computers, but mine it was a computer, and it's a mini version of the ASVAB, which is the, what was it? Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Test, I think. I have no idea. But they test you. It's a mini test. It's a very short version of the test that you will actually have to take. And that score determines whether or not they can proceed. I got a 75, so I was able to proceed. He then asked me to bring my birth certificate, my driver's license, um, my diploma to show that I graduated from high school. Brought that into him on a later date, and my recruiter was cool. A lot of people have that bad recruiter experience. Mine's is from New York. He's Latino. He's a funny guy. We're sitting here cracking on people coming into the office that had absolutely no chance. I digress. But it was a pretty fun experience. So like my recruiter, um, going off on a tangent, my friend is already in the Air Force. Most of my graduating class is in the military: Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force. So I got to ask my friends and pretty much correspond with them throughout their time. And there's nothing like a first-hand experience. secondhand, what you hear from your friends or from whoever is not the thing. After I did all of that, the only thing left was for me to be scheduled to take my ASVAB. I missed the first two, which this recruiter will never let me live down. I got sick, and among other things. And I took it this past Friday. And the test, depending on your location, it varies what days and times. The recruiters always try to work with the people at MEPS so that they can send all their recruits on the same days, so they don't have to show up for no random reason. Test was supposed to start at 9. They suggest that you get there at 8 or 8:30. They'll give you the directions of where to go. Mine was at an Army Air Force base that I did not even know existed. I've lived in Florida my entire life, right around the corner, and it just will be a class full of people. Doesn't matter if they're Army, Navy, Air Force, anything. It's just going to be a classroom full of people waiting to take the test. Going back to that, before I tell you about the ASVAB, because I didn't chop that up and just putting that whole first portion together, is if you choose to go into the military, it's very important to have your family support. The reason why I didn't go initially was because my mother my family didn't support me. Like that. Said some things, but did not support me, and they told me to give school a try. That's why I did go to school first. Did like 3 years of school, like I said, junior in college, pretty much. And I follow a field which I can carry into the military, and I also chose, very important thing, a career in the military, which I can use outside of the military. Unless you plan on making the military your career, choose something that you can use outside of military, mechanic, whatever. But some of these things that people go there 4 years in and come out, and you stuck like Chuck. This video is running kind of long. I'm not sure if I want to talk for 20 minutes straight on a video, so I'll cut this short and do a little bit of cleaning up. I'm a little tired of talking, and I will tell you guys what happened with the ASVAB.